And this is the most that I'm going to talk this entire hour, because if you've met my two guests, I'm not going to be able to get a word in edgewise. So welcome, welcome. Hi, guys. I'm Mia Voss. You're watching the Mia Connect Power Chat. We have two powerhouses, and if the internet's break, don't blame me, blame my guests. So, yay, I'm going to start. First up, you guys have seen him on my show before. And he stole my show in Boulder. I have, wha-bam, Joel Comm. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Let me clap for you.
I had a Peter Brady moment there, you know, when it's time to change.
I got that. Okay, you look suspect. You're in a hotel room. Where are you?
I am in a top secret, undisclosed location on government business. They're watching you, Mia Voss.
I hope so.
I'm actually in Napa. There's a big party out here for a peer of ours, and when I say big, I think about 250 of us are here for this thing this weekend. So my first time to Napa, and it's kind of overcast, but I see mountains, and it's California, so it's a great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live here.
Yes,
sorry.
And show us your fabulous view if you can without messing up your camera, because it's pretty funny.
Like
somebody got the C-suite. Here it goes.
Let's take a walk, shall we? Come.
Let's walk with Joel. You haven't checked out Joel's YouTube yet. You get to take a walk with Joel a lot, so why not today? And a parking lot.
So it's kind of overcast. It's overcast. There's mountains out there. It's just overcast. So, you know, cut me some slack.
I like it, and this is a sign that you need for your party this weekend.
Yay. Oh, yeah. Here, forget about it. There will be plenty of that.
And speaking of, I got this at a TED Talk, and everybody was like, oh, write in something really yay weekend or yay, and I was like, yay wine. So speaking of TED, hello, guess who is up in this mug right over here? I have mobile guests everywhere. Ted Rubin. Let me clap for you. Wait. How are you, sweetie?
I am awesome. I mean, this is great because I'm going to be with Joel Comm next week, and I get a preview now. And, you know, there's nothing better than seeing Joel early in the morning before he shaves, you know, just kind of looking like ready to go. So I shaved just for Joel. I wanted to make sure we looked a little bit different because Joel and I are so much alike. But, you know, speaking of Joel's walks, you know, being that I'm going to be in Denver, Joel said, hey, let's have cocktails. And, of course, he invited 500 of his closest friends.
Yes,
so it's going to be kind of a fun event, but I am getting there early enough so Joel can pick me up in the airport and I can do a Joel Comm walk. So watch out for that next week. We will post it. We will be out there, and I am going to get Joel to skip with me.
Oh, yes, listen, I need to tell you guys. So first of all, we're going to post the link because Joel is putting together an amazing event, and it's live in Denver. That's on January 23rd. Can I just tell you how peeved I am? I cleaned up my own language because I'm going to be in D.C. at the Collaborate. So Adam Zuckerman, you better appreciate Sista's coming to you, and I'm missing these two yahoos live.
Actually, you might not miss me because I've just declared that if Mia's not going to be there, I'm not sure I'm coming.
Throws down the mic.
You'll use that as a big selling point. And
look
dude,
at Joel's face.
What's the deal? You got to deliver.
Right,
it's
I
okay,
know.
Joel. I just want you. Just make sure that you put your hand on my butt and tell me it's from Mia, and we're ready to go.
I might even grab you with both of them, so, you know.
Awesome!
I'd like an Instagram of that, please. Make sure Ted's socks are visible.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for.
Hey, wait, Ted, where are your socks? Are you wearing socks?
You know, I am in Florida, so I am, and it is a little bit cool, so I'm wearing socks, but they are, you know, kind of what you'd expect.
That's socky.
I am wearing socks, too. I'm wearing transparent socks.
Oh, those are lovely.
Yes, Joel, please. The last thing I want to see is your toenails.
Right.
And if you, I have mine on too. Now, for my viewers, you know that we usually do what's on the bottom, way at the end of the show, but we're getting to it. I have these from Lynn Abate, Boss. Hold on.
Nice.
Lady. Hello.
Like a boss.
Like a boss lady, exactly. And I did Instagram that because Ted told me to, that I'm supposed to Instagram socks. So as you guys know, that's his shtick. I'm loving it. Joel, do you have your monkey with you, by the way? That's one of your props.
I do not have my monkey with
what?
me. Yep, I do not. I have this.
Oh, you guys, look at that. Hey, give a shout out to your graphics gal who did that.
Oh, Tara. Tara's amazing. Tara Jacobson. She.
Joel, I don't get this. You know, Mia has a Debbie, and Joel has a graphics gal. You know, I think I got to get in on this.
Listen, you're Ted Rubin. Knock it off. You guys.
Yeah. Please.
Well, here's my prop. This is kudos and shout out to my daughter Nikki for getting an early admission to University of Pennsylvania.
That's right. Listen, I was stalking you this week and seeing everything, and I saw girlfriend got in early, so nice. Let's give her a little. She gets this.
Woo! Nice.
Hey, let's go to the backpack. So Joel and Ted, my backpack is the audience. Oh, look who's really.
Oh,
really?
Dude.
Did somebody say monkey?
Woo! Hold up.
No. Time out. I need a BK hug, man. Come on. Loving you, buddy.
Surprise.
Okay, listen, if the internet wasn't going to blow up before, it's fixing to blow up right now. Look at who's on her. Bryan Kramer, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Now, listen, this is how much I trust Lynn Abate Johnson. This week she pinged me and said, I have a surprise guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is. And all right, bring it. And look who it is. So look at, things are going to blow up. Where are you at, brother?
I'm in San Jose, California, back from New York last night.
Look at Joel just left. He can't even take it.
Oh, see, he's so surprised. He has to go be by himself.
Well, Bryan's actually substituting for Joel. Joel, nice knowing you. Bryan, you're on.
Oh, no, too soon.
There he is.
BK! Wait, are you in the next room, dude?
Oh. I think I need that.
Monkey.
That beats the crap out of my Mickey Mouse hand, by the way. That's my other prop that I absolutely love. So, hey, Bryan, so tell us what you're up to. Tell us how you know these yahoos, and then we're going to get to some of our backpack audience.
How do I know these guys? Is that what you said?
Yes, these yahoos. That's right.
Oh my God, I can't even talk about it. Am I allowed to talk about it, guys?
And you can swear
Bryan,
too.
Just leave out the part about picking me up in the bar, and the rest of it's cool.
All right, good.
That's it.
I met Ted at an IBM event 3 years ago now, I think, and it was love at first sight. I
want to let you know he showed up with a pair of socks, and they are one of my favorite pairs of all time.
I think you have the most efficient working system. I love the story that you told. If you guys don't know Ted, you need to just go hashtag. What is it? Is it Ted Sockies is your new hashtag for your selfies?
That is my sock selfie hashtag, yeah.
And I stole it today. I did Mia Sockies, so I apologize.
Awesome.
It was really good. You started that a couple years ago. That it just was accidental, just like my tiara. It's not as cool as the socks, but now everybody. You said people walk up to you at conferences and say, "Show me your socks."
It was about 4 years ago, and I was, out there pushing them out. And then one day, about a little over a year ago, Joel Comm said to me, or about a year ago, said, "Hey, you should start doing hashtag Socky, like a selfie." So I started doing that. Then I realized that a lot of people were doing that, and I was talking to Sue Zimmerman, Instagram gal.
What up, Sue?
What up, Sue? And
Shout
said,
to out.
Get that Ted Socky hashtag hub going, and I've been doing that ever since, and it's awesome.
You got
Where
your
are my Socky royalties?
Joel, you're going to be getting plenty of royalties next Friday, dude. Right up the kazoo.
Bam.
Bryan, you should come to Denver, brother, and then stuff will really blow up.
When is it? Where is it? And how do I get there?
Look at his lower third, by the way, Joel and Ted Groupie.
Awesome.
Next Friday in Denver.
Dude, we're throwing a party. You're invited.
You're throwing me a party?
Yes, just for you.
Well, I better come.
Don't tell him. Yeah, just for you, man. It's all about you.
Bryan, I'm sending you the link on a private chat over here in Google+. So
Awesome.
Be there. I'll meet you.
Oh, there she is. You're Debbie coming through.
That is my Debbie. I know. Everybody needs a Debbie. I'm just saying. All right, listen, I'm going to throw in some comments because the audience, the backpack audience, is losing their ever-loving mind. So I'm not going to do comment tracker, you guys. I said I was going to. I want my damn tiara to work. because I don't know if you guys know, sometimes when you do hangouts, stuff breaks, and you know, it ain't my fault. Okay, Mike John says X Games at Aspen or social media shenanigans. It's 50-50, which, by the way, Joel, Mike John also went to the U of I. Hey.
ILL.
Why not just do both? Denver's not that far from Aspen, man. Hop a half-an-hour flight. Come on.
Now that's what you need. Ted will pimp your ride and tell you what to do. And it's a
75-minute drive. That's all.
In other words, don't be such a Yes.
Can I just say this stuff isn't working?
That's because you need boss water, yo. Then you need good tech. Look at Mike.
I'm hydrated.
You are. Could this shape up to be the best show ever? I think so. That was before Bryan even got on here.
What else he needs to lower his expectations.
EFOT, she says, woohoo, Joel Comm is in the house, which I have to thank EFOT. Here's the good story. If you guys haven't seen it, so I'm on my show. I'm at the Success Summit in Boulder, and all of a sudden, EFOT brings over this guy Joel. I have no idea who he is. I'm going to admit it. I'm not ashamed to say I didn't know. But then the next day, what did I walk up to you and I said, Joel Comm, you're kind of a big deal.
just what he needed to make his head a little bit bigger. Look at the size of that head.
Hey guys, I gotta go now.
Oh, that was it? No.
No.
Hey, Kramer, you coming to Napa, right? Hey, Bryan,
no, I wish I could. That should have been fun, huh?
You're not coming?
All the cool kids are going to be there. That means you need to be there.
Are you going, Mia?
Mm-mm.
Well, there we have it.
I'm not a cool kid. I need to be H to H with you.
Let's do it. Wait a second.
Oh. I thought, look at that. You made Joel leave again. But at least I have you on my virtual couch. That sounded weird. That's
what
not
to
at all.
say?
Well, awkward. All right, what else we have? So, of course, Lynn Abate is one of the, listen, Lynn is the reason why I know about Ted, the reason why I know about Bryan, and now she brought Bryan on. Who is Magic? My girl Lynn. Let's see. Nazim says he loves the surprise guest with Monkey. He's coming to us from Milan because he's cool. Katie Jordan, you know, she's been shouting you all out. Let's say hi to Katie. She says, nice touch. Kim Armstrong, what up, girl? Kim Armstrong's in the house. Rob Jacobson says, transparent socks with corns. Just kidding.
Oh.
That's for you, Joel. Leah Davies, hello, and TGIT MCFS. Thank goodness that took me a second. Thank goodness it's the Mia Connect Friday. Kim Armstrong, like I said, Susan Schengle. Anybody else you got in there? Mick Sharp. Who else you got, Debbie?
You're getting the same ones I'm getting. You're getting the same ones I'm tagging here.
Okay, Michelle Elise Murr, who I love, says sexy. I'm not sure who that's for, but I'm going to say it's either this guy, or this guy.
And my comment tracker isn't working.
Maybe all three works for me.
Right, I know. This. I have sexy up in this mug. So listen, Roxanne Davenport. We have Kirsten Hancock, by the way. Let's jump into CES real quick because Kirsten, her husband and her partner were there. They presented this Bluetooth binky pacifier. Did you guys hear about that?
Nope.
No.
There was, because really, unless it's for you, like you weren't paying attention, right? But it was kind of cool. So, hey, Bryan, did you go to CES too?
I didn't get to go this year. I was there for the UFC fight one day before, and then ended up having to leave.
It's just
like
something
Joel
about
left again.
I gotta say, I love the Joel and Ted groupie label. Can we continue that after the show?
Yes.
Is that in the chat or something? Because I can't see it on my iPad.
What are you looking for, honey? Oh, hold on. What's this say? Can I get a whoop whoop? Bryan is just like the prop brought to you by the Bryan Craig. Exactly.
This is what CES was about, gang. This was what CES was about.
Listen, Debbie, can you find that? If you go to Joel's YouTube, dude, and then I tweeted BMW yesterday to say smart move on your part. So you get to CES. Did you just tweet that you were in Vegas and all of a sudden BMW's up your hoo-hoo?
They tweeted me. I guess they were stalking several people. They tweeted me and said, "Hey, Joel Comm, need a ride in the new BMW i8? Just tweet us and we'll come pick you up." Well, most people were like going from their hotel to the convention center, right? Just a quick little ride. And I was leaving town, and I needed to go to the airport, but I had 3 hours before my flight. And so I tweeted them. They called. They said, you know, our cars are out right now. I said, great, come get me when you can. They show up about 45 minutes later. The little German girl that's driving the car, and they've got a chase car with 2 cameramen in it, and the wings go up on this thing.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
And I said, I'm going to the airport, but I'm not in a hurry. They said, well, you got 30 minutes. I said, you're kidding me. It's a $132,000 car, right? I drive a $30,000 Mustang. And they said, you got 30 minutes. I said, has anybody taken it on the highway yet? They said, no, everybody's just driving around town. So we took that sucker out. I hit like 100 and nothing flat. And you know they got video of all that. I told them if I get a ticket, I'm giving it to BMW. It was a blast.
Exactly. And I have to say, I watched it last night, and you can literally hear the acceleration. Did you see my comment on your video? I said that makes my pants tight.
Ooh, really?
It's a good thing.
All righty then.
That should say something a boy should say, but I think it's funny. Exactly. So, all right. So tell me about CES, you guys. So tell me what, and except for Bryan, who went to the fight apparently, which I love. That's just gotcha. I like that. Bryan's
Ted,
at the fight.
you go.
Yeah, Ted, because you went and spoke there, right?
No, well, I hosted the Brand Innovators event, which was the day before CES started, which was great because it was a great lead up to it. We had some great people there. That was a lot of fun. But for me, CES is like any major big event. It's about the relationships. I mean, you know, seeing the technology. I'm not really a tech guy. You know, I leave that stuff to Bryan and Joel. Bryan will tell you that whenever anybody calls me with a new technology or a new app, I send them over to Bryan to check it out. Let me know.
You like unfrozen caveman?
And I say, if it works for Bryan, he'll let me know, and then I'll look at the relationship side of things. But I don't really dig heavily into technology. I get wowed by anything. I mean, you just show me a new TV, I'm like, oh my God, that's really cool. But what I love about it is just the ability to meet so many people in such a short period of time. You know, and CES can be overwhelming, but what to me is remarkable is how you serendipitously bump into people that just add value to your life and are people that you maybe knew via social, and now you get to put a face to the name. And so I just walk the show really just to see who I could meet and find rather than, you know, the products and the technologies that I'm going to witness. So I look at it from a different perspective, and that's why I love being at those kind of events.
It's like a version of People Watcher.
Oh, like it's an awesome version of it because you get to watch the people watching the technology and like, and you get to listen to them. I mean, making the ooze. Thank you, Bryan. I appreciate the smile.
Bryan's the only one that gets to use the app, so watch. That's Bryan Cam. I'm going to keep popping back to see what he's got on.
I just screenshotted that. That's awesome.
That was good.
I also got. I was fortunate enough to hear Shelley Palmer speak at the Scripps tent outside the CES Convention Center, and you know he's a brilliant guy with a great perspective. And my favorite thing that he spoke about was about how you just can't say things aren't going to happen anymore or they're impossible. So he was telling a story about he was at 3 CESs ago, and he was with one of the CEOs of the major car companies, and the comment he made to Shelley when they were talking about self-driving cars was, "It will never happen in my lifetime." Now, he's still alive. So, you know, granted, if he had passed away, he would have been correct. But,
right.
Thank you, Bryan, for the smile. But what was really cool is 3 CESs later, every single car company at the show had a demonstration car, had a car that is going to be self-driving. And sure, it's not ready to go yet. And the biggest barriers are not the technology; it's the legal nature of it and all the different things they have to deal with in that respect. But I think Shelley's major point was: here's a guy, CEO of a major, you know, big 3 car company that has all the data, all the information, all the smart people talking to him, telling him what can and can't happen. And when he makes a statement 3 years ago that something won't happen in his lifetime, it's clearly just not the case. So, like, just impossible has become a word, or never going to happen is just seem to be things you have to stay away from these days because it's going to happen.
And on social media, you're going to get caught saying it.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to screenshot something, and it'll always come back. I like it that he admitted. Now, see, for me, to go back on CES, to me is always going to be like, what's happened that got predicted by the Jetsons? Oh, look at that.
Look, Bozo. Look at Bozo. Bryan, you're awesome.
Oh, I love it. I also like Ted that you get a picture with my
with
God, I
Shaq.
forgot his. Yeah, and you look like this big.
And I've got to tell you that, Shaq was amazing. I've been at a lot of these events, seen a lot of the celebrities. Here's a guy that really gets it. I mean, he embraced the audience. He involved people from the audience in his show. He made funny jokes. He put his arms around people. He made people stand up. He wasn't just some guy up there talking about himself.
Right.
He clearly just, he's a social guy. And, there's a reason why his social presence has gotten so strong in such a short period of time, because it's authentic. It's really who he is. He's just a great guy. He wants
Ted, what was his big message?
His big message was, I'm fucking big.
Oh,
I mean,
he was, right? And he seems really, I saw you talk about it on another interview last week. He was just super gracious, kind of sat back. He's like, I know I'm here because, brands have brought me here, but he was super chill about it. He really handles his brand well, I think.
It does, and he's really about relationships. He will not do any kind of licensing or any kind of representation for under a year. And most of his relationships with brands have been for anywhere from 10 to 15 years. I mean, here's a guy that doesn't just come in for the one-off, doesn't just come in for one thing. It brings himself and it embraces the brand. And, again, obviously they like him, and he's bringing in value because he's around for years and years and years. So to me, that's a pretty cool thing.
He's also really not hard to miss.
Annie told a great story about when he first started representing Icy Hot, and he made the mistake of putting it up on his upper thigh. He had and he says, he says, guys, I want to tell you how good this stuff was. I had to leave the game, and nobody knew what was going on, and I had to go because I was in so much pain. What a great story to share.
Think about human, and I'm human too, and I go, whoops.
Wow.
Oops. Oh, I love it. All right, Joel, let's hear from you, brother, because you did a whole. I read up. You said you did a full-on. You did a full-on story. You said you saw a lot of things, nothing really new, just more of the same. Hold on, Joel, behave yourself. Oh, I think you're muted. Oh, hold on. Why are you muted? I can mute you. Can anybody else say that? Can anybody else say they can mute? Oh, there he is.
There. What is happening here? I got to.
Oh.
I'm not even going to try to mute Joel.
Now right. He looks at himself.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
You know what? I saw you. I saw you just walking around. So you're like the counterpart to Ted. Like Ted's there checking out people. You're checking out the goodies and the jams and the jellies and whatnot.
Well, I'm actually, equally parts left, right brain. I geek out on tech and I geek out on people, and I don't know, it just works for me. And so, at any moment, I can flip that switch. I love gadgets. I'm just, I'm a gadget geek, and there was some cool stuff. It wasn't this outrageous, wow, I can't believe they didn't have this last year. It was just what I saw last year: smart home stuff, 3D printers, tons, so many cases for phones and pads, like thousands of cases, just for everything from the cheapest plastic and silicon ones to these couture ones with all this bling on it, and big brand names and everything in between. Yeah, wood and you name it, and it was just more of that. So I didn't really expect anything truly revolutionary. But it's amazing how quickly it is all moving, as Ted was saying about the cars that will drive themselves. And one of my predictions for this year as we move forward is that because technology is accelerating so quickly, that we as a public will resist adopting because it's moving too fast.
Right.
We're going to be like, whoa, slow down there. I don't want my car to drive itself yet. I just got a new car. I like stepping on the gas and holding onto the wheel and having that feeling of control. I'm not ready to relinquish that to this intelligence that is not my own yet.
Hold on.
I think that, what was that?
Oh, no, I'm just, no, and I love that point. Listen, Debbie, can you post the link? Because, Joel, you also did a great prediction. You had like 7 or 8 points. One of us definitely meeting face-to-face. I think there'll be a little bit of resistance to it. And by the way, in case you guys can't see it, while everybody's talking, I'm doing a Bryan Kramer cam. I got, Ted had a great picture up just now. Let me see. Hold on. Look at Brother Man. Oh, yeah, when you look up bromance in the dictionary, I think it's going to be the picture.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh.
Nice.
You know what I'm looking for, Joel, by the way, and listen, here's my my proposal. I think next year Ted and I should go to CES together and just have a little booth and have people walk by us, and we'll be talking about people and interviewing them, and then we'll have a Joel cam.
I think you should do a kissing booth, the two of you.
Oh.
Only if we get to kiss each other.
Okay, I'm in. Hot men, hot ball men, I love them. Just saying. You know what I'm looking for? So here's what I'm looking for at the next CES. I'm looking for the Star Wars hovercraft. Anyone?
Oh
Exactly.
So there is a hovercraft that's out.
Okay, thank you. I peeked around a little bit.
The hell with the hovercraft. I want to be able to do the brain thing, like open the door. Oh, open the door.
Oh, being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
I always like to do that around automatic doors.
It's crazy. Yeah,
and
just wave your hand.
Freaks people out.
Can you? I like doing the sound that they did on Star Trek. When the door would open.
Yeah.
There was a guy. That was his whole job. It's like, all right, we need somebody to make a good futuristic door sound. And they audition all these people. One guy's like, and they're like, no, that's too old.
Did you try Scoble's little Captain Kirk tap the microphone thing that he had with him?
Beam
Oh, did
me
he
up.
have that there?
Yeah, he had it on him, I guess. You tap the little button and it goes Kirk. You can do it just like Star Trek.
I would have nerded out, and I would have
Right.
rolled him in the parking lot for that. Oh, what do you got there? Hold on. Oh, now when I look at Joel's face, the bromance is off the chain.
Wait, I think I have from. There's got to be one with all of us in it.
I need a bromance dance-off. That's what I need. All right, so Bryan, so how come you didn't go to CES, brother? Because you just were too busy watching a fight?
I had 2 trips back to back, and I came home to be with my family in between. I've been at CES for, this would have been my 5th year, and I feel like living through Joel and his photos,
Exactly.
Ted and his tweets, I was going to get plenty of insight.
You know what? That is. Oh wait, hold on. And I like how somebody's selfieing behind you too.
Right.
You know, Bryan, that's a great point. This is the great thing about it, is that you really don't need to be there live almost. I would love to be there just to get my little people fix. But I got to see everything. I mean, there were stories constantly.
I agree. There was no lack of being able to see what was happening. If you pulled up hashtag CES 2015, it was like a stock ticker. I think the biggest problem was actually focusing in on what you wanted to see, as opposed to.
Wait, hold on, do it again.
Courtney will hate me, but here we go.
You're in trouble for that one.
It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission, right?
That was probably one of the pictures that you're like, did you delete that? And you're like, uh-huh.
Hey,
No, I posted that.
off. I would turn your phone off at least for an hour.
All right, guys, let's see. Hey, Debbie, you have some more shout-outs because people are kind of losing their mind. Bruno says,
Actually, guys, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to hop on
to go.
and everyone and say hey and love you guys and have a good time this Friday. I wish I could be there with you guys and.
Hey, come to Denver.
Later,
Come to Denver
man.
next
Come
week,
to Denver, yeah.
I think there's
Well,
a
we'll
song,
see.
Please Come to Denver, right?
You
Bryan,
never know.
I'm going to get you on camera right now saying, will you come back on my show sometime?
You got it. Let me know when and where.
Yay! Thank you, sweetie. Bye.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
Bye, Bryan.
There
Bye-bye.
goes your groupie, you guys.
See you, bro. Okay, good.
Woo!
He's gone.
Thank God.
I'm going to
Good
do my
grief.
traditional, but I'm going to stand back from the microphone. You ready? Woo!
I thought he would
You
never leave.
All right, you guys. What else we need to talk about? We've already at 30 past the hour. What's going on with you? Joel, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you.
Yes, let's talk about Joel.
Okay, hi.
You know
My
what?
name is Joel.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not what has Joel done, but it's what has Joel not done. I'm just saying. Right, Joel?
I have not jumped out of an airplane, and I will
No?
not.
How come?
Nope,
Okay.
not going to happen.
Who's a baby?
Now, who is the baby?
This guy right here.
Oh man,
You've
Joel,
done
that's what I
so
have
much
planned
cool.
for us.
Yeah, that's what's going on next week.
He
FYI.
didn't know that. But the meetup is happening in a big C-140 transport plane, and we're all jumping out.
Is there an adult
wine in
diaper?
hand.
Yeah, you need an adult diaper for him.
Totally.
His pull-up pants. All right.
Yeah,
So,
that's what's happening is the big meetup. Ted Rubin's coming to Denver. So Ted says to me, hey, I'm coming in for Brand Innovators. Let's go grab a drink. And I said, all right, and let's invite, all of Denver to come have one with us. And so we're doing this big meetup. Ted's just showing up. He's like, do whatever you want. I'll be there. So next Friday night at the Rock Bottom Brewery on 16th Street in downtown Denver from 7 to 10. And I think you've got the URL. You can share at your leisure. And then Ted messages me again. He says, hey, I'm coming in the day before or whatever day it is, and you want to pick me up at the airport. I want to do a Walking with Joel. So I've never had a guest on a Walking with Joel video before.
I am the first guest.
Barring
so
the
jealous.
Freezing cold. If it's
I don't
freezing
care.
out, if it's
We're
freezing,
still
it's gonna be sitting with Joel.
Okay, I'm gonna be. Excuse me, Joel. Don't be a pussy. Okay.
He needed the P word. And you know what? I bet Ted's going to be bundled up like that little brother on A Christmas Story. I
He
can't put
is.
my arms down, but he doesn't care.
Joe, didn't you see the pictures I posted of me getting in my walking shape in 5-degree weather in New York and Long Island? Come on, man.
You're amazing.
Get with it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Let's
you're
check
right.
this 7-day forecast right now. Let's see what it says for next week in Denver.
Let's do that.
I'm doing.
I think it's going to say cold as balls.
Shush you.
Listen, I like it that that's your first guest, by the way, the first walking guest, because go and look at Joel's YouTube channel, and you got to see Joel does walking stuff, he does car stuff.
Here it is.
Let me see. Oh,
Me getting ready for Joel. It was below zero wind chill in Long Island, and I was out. So don't give me any of that like weak ass.
Oh, that's nothing. Look at that, 33, 30. Oh yeah, you can take
Perfect.
Sunny. It's sunny. That's the main thing, is that it's
Yes.
sunny. Because when it's sunny in Denver, it always feels 10 degrees hotter than it really is.
Wear your
So,
sunblock.
We're on.
Listen,
Telling
Joel, if it helps, we can walk arm in arm, and I'll hug you the whole way.
Will you?
All right. Would you please Instagram that one too? Hey, quick shout out to Yvonne DeVita and her husband Tom are going to be there. You guys saw it on Facebook. That's they're from Blog Post, and they are going to be there.
I love the
next
Blog
week.
Post people.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yay. That I'm serving them up to you too, so they're gonna love it. All right, so tell us what real quick what you're gonna do. What's the format gonna be next week? Is it just everybody standing around drinking, which I'm okay with that, or is it you doing a song and dance?
Well, first of all, Ted Rubin's coming to town, so what I decided is we got to give this meetup a name, and so it's called Social Media Shenanigans, because there will be shenanigizing, and Ted is the chief shenanigizer.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so we're going to do from 7 to 10. It's $10 to get in. You get a drink ticket. We got the whole back room at the Rock Bottom Brewery. We got some surprises. Ted's going to give a short talk. He didn't know that, but he's going to, like 5-10 minutes. He's just going to talk about whatever. And then we're going to do a brief Q&A with people. We've got some door prizes. We've got some sponsors. And it's going to be super happy, fun time.
The one thing I will tell you is that if there is song and dance, Joel will be doing the singing. I will be doing the dancing.
Hey, speaking of Joel, Ifat just says, "Ha, Mia Voss just got shushed by Joel Comm, as if anyone can shush her." Boom, truth. All right, so let me ask you this, because a lot of my audience out there can't get to Denver. Are you going to try and do Stay tuned. And I think that people that even can't get to Denver should RSVP so they can see what's going on. Yes?
Why not? And we are going to shoot some video there so people can see, because what I would love, what's like real exciting to me, is pulling people in the social space, in the business community together face to face, because that was one of my predictions, right? And it's not like it takes a genius to know this. Ted knows this. We all know this, that the real juice happens is when we get together.
Yes.
Right? The online social space is cool, but it's when people have that face to face, that human to human, I just stole Kramer's hashtag, that they get real RonR.
Right.
And now you just sold
I
Ted's.
stole mine. And truth be told, for me, you can have all these things you write and you think about when you get together and you have these conversations. What comes out of those, for me, is what's most inspirational. So, I'm looking forward to it. Plus, anytime I can be anywhere near JoelComm, in the same room, even in the same city, the excitement, it just wells up in me. I'm having trouble waiting until seeing him on the 22nd and then having our meetup on the 23rd.
I'm going to be like knocking him off my leg. Get down, down, boy.
All right, so I'm going to segue because so you have a new book out, Ted, that's on digital. That you're going to be looking him literally in the eyeball as opposed to digitally in the eyeball. Is that right?
That's right. I'm moving right now because guess what? My computer's about to die.
Oh.
So I'm going to get.
He's on the move. He's on the move.
I'm going to grab some power right now. Hold on. Let's hope we don't die.
Listen, you can always come in. You guys know this is that we are dealing with Google Plus. So when stuff breaks, like Ted, we got
down
this.
to 1%.
Have you guys tried this? This
Is
stuff
that what was
amazing.
rattling before, by the way? I was going to mute you because I could hear this rattling, and I think it was his brittle bag.
This stuff is amazing.
It's
like
there?
I wish that Sheila
Can you
G
hear
was
me?
paying me for
We
this.
can hear you, darling.
Hi, Ted. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show, Ted.
Am I back?
And we'd like to welcome back to the show now our special guest, the king of RonR. He has no hair, but he has mind to make up for it, Mr. Ted Rubin.
He has no hair, but he's wearing socks.
I have no hair, but I'm wearing socks. So, yes, as you said, I do have a new book. It's called How to Look People in the Eye Digitally.
Yes.
And really, to make it simple, I like to call it the Dale Carnegie for the digital age. I mean, whenever I'm speaking to people, whenever I speak at events, I tell people what I believe is the best social media book ever written. That's, of course, after all the ones Joel has written, because those are after that.
Which is about 80.
A book that was written. Right.
Uh-oh, I think we're losing Ted. Uh-oh.
Ted, don't
No.
It's a book that was written in 1936 that, to me, is more...
This is killing me. I don't know about you guys, but I want to hear what Ted's saying. Can you guys hear him?
Negative.
Oh, negatory ghostwriter. Oh, Ted. Come back, Ted. We want to hear what you're saying.
I'm looking up his book.
Yes, and yes, it's looking people in the eye digitally. I may have that backwards, and it is on Amazon by Kindle. It has not been issued yet. It's really good. And then of course there's Return on Relationship, which Lynn Abate. Oh, there it is. There's Return on Relationship, and then the other one is the second one that's out there too. So, Ted, go back outside.
But he needs the power. So
I know.
it's a paradox.
Listen, you know what? Let's talk about you, because I also have downloaded So What Do You Do, which you revised in October. Tell me about that. I love this. Discovering the genius next door with one simple question. Well,
I took a sabbatical from business and being in the public eye for about 2 years in 2011 to early 2013. And so I didn't, people asked me to speak. I said no. They want to join ventures. I said no, thank you. But when I decided to come back out in a very heterosexual way, and start speaking again, I was like, well, what am I going to teach people? Well, what do I know? Well, I know how to encourage people and inspire them, and I know how to do books. In the first question that we inevitably ask someone after we meet them at some sort of event for the first time is, so what do you do? So I went on, I grabbed the domain, sowhatdoyoudo.com, bought it from somebody, and I decided I'm going to do a book that is going to take the spotlight off me, and using my credibility and authority, put that spotlight on other people, regular people, because everywhere, up and down your street, in every house, there's a genius. Because when we are doing what we are made to do, when we're exercising our God-given passions, talents, skills, abilities, our creativity, our personality, and everything's working like it's supposed to, we're bringing value to the world around us. So that question, so what do you do, that we often treat kind of glibly, He's back. Is an important question, because when we stop and listen to the answer, so what do? We get a chance to see inside someone's soul, what they're really all about. It's not just, I'm going to ask you what you do so that you can hurry up and finish and I can tell you what I do. Right? That's, and I'm guilty of that. I've done it. Everybody's probably done it. Everybody but Ted, because Ted's near perfect. But
yes, he is.
just about everybody's done it. And so I've now done 2 editions of So What Do You Do, featuring 80 different geniuses who get to tell their stories, the inspiration for where they came from, what they've been through, and why they do what they do that brings value to the world today.
You know, it's such a great message. It's an old school message, but it's a good reminder, because you're missing out if you're not paying attention. There could be just this awesome person that you have discounted, right? Because you're like, oh, doesn't really apply to me, and they could be somebody that could really add value to not only you but somebody else that you know. I think that's the thing too that people miss, is they're like, well, it doesn't apply to me, but it could be somebody 2 degrees separated that you meet 2 weeks later, and you go, I just met this great guy that does X, Y, Z. Look at Joel. I'm getting the Joel nod. All right, let's talk about real quick.
Ted's
go ahead.
back.
And Ted's back too. And then Ted, we're gonna get back on you. And then you have this book too, right? Look at it's getting a tiara.
Let me see that picture better. Come on. What's going on?
Please. Oh my God, I can't hold that. Oh.
Social poetry.
Oh, and you guys need to get that, because there are, wonderful images that you do, and the Kindle wouldn't let me write.
Wait a second. Joel, did you just put the word poetry in the title because chicks dig it?
Pretty much.
Well, I was at Ken MacArthur's event in Denver. I guess it was late summer, and I had been speaking a lot, and people, the day before I was going to speak, I was at lunch with some of the attendees, and they're like, what are you going to talk on, Joel? And I said, I really don't know. What do you guys want to hear? And one of them said, I really love those photo quotes that you put up, whether they're quotes of yourself or somebody else's. And I thought, that would make for a really interesting presentation if I showed like 40 or 50 of my photo quotes and kind of told the story behind them, whether they were for inspiration, education, or entertainment, just being silly. And I gave this presentation, and they loved it. And somebody said, you should put those in a coffee table book. I was like, that's a great idea. And so Social Poetry was born. It's got, 60, I think, of my photo quotes. And and now I'm actually inspired to do a second edition. And you know what? I'm going to commit to it here first. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to invite you, both Mia and Ted, to participate. I want to do a social poetry featuring one from each social media superstar, so that it's not me, but it's everybody else's wisdom in one book.
I feel like I just got invited to eat lunch with the cool kids.
Yeah, Mia, you are the cool kids. Please,
I'm the nerd that got cool after I got out of high school. Joel,
Me too.
I love that idea.
Hello.
I love that idea. I'm in. How about you, Ted?
Well, I'm in. I'm done. What do you want? Joel, tell me where to send it.
I'll let you know. We'll get it figured out. Just another project for my list of things that I don't know when I'm going to have time to do.
Well, it's nice to be retired. It gives you a lot of time to do things, right?
Let's say it the way Mel Brooks would say it in one of his films. It's good to be the king.
It is good. Oh, piss boy. You have to add that in there.
I forgot about it.
That's right. That's the next line. All right, Ted, you're back on, darling. Wait, let's let Joel take that in. I'm gonna put that. I'll put that little clip on there. Ted, you got cut off talking about your book, and I was crying. All right, so you were starting to say, I know. Let's hear it.
I was saying that for me, how to look people in the eye digitally is Dale Carnegie for the digital age. So, in my opinion, the best social media book ever written was written in 1936, and it's more relevant today, much more relevant than it was when it was written, and mostly because, unfortunately, we've been given all these platforms to become more friendly, but most people have become less friendly. Most brands have become less friendly. They think clicking a button means making a friend. Thank you very much, Joel. Appreciate that.
I see you.
That's me, Ted Rubin. And what I'm trying to do in this one is I'm trying to give you some step-by-steps of how to do this properly and how to engage with people, how to really build relationships, how to take it to the next level, the importance of listening to people, of making it about them, of calling people by name. These are things that I think people have to do every day. And, the advice I give to people is, buy the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, make sure to have that. Every person needs it. I have a copy on my iPhone, on my iPad. I keep a copy on my coffee table. I check back to it every day. And what I'm trying to do is just bring in some real tips and ways for people to do this, and to do it digitally. So it's an extension of Return on Relationship, and everything I'm writing now kind of comes off of that. So I have another book coming out in about 6 or 8 months, or maybe less, but it usually takes longer than you expect, called The Age of Influence. Where anybody can build a brand, affect change, advocate for anything and make a difference without ever leaving their bedroom. Now, I'm not advocating not leaving your bedroom, but what I'm saying is you don't need the budgets and the time and the connections to do what we can all do now. So, it's an extension of that. The book I'm officially announcing it in the next day or two. It became available the end of December. It was published on Bryan Kramer's platform called Substantium, which publishes the book in all the digital formats, and it'll be available in print at the end of January. And just hoping that people get something out of it and it adds some value.
It's really great. And if they want a little bit of a teaser, you have a great article that you also posted about that. And I was watching a couple interviews. I'll tell you one thing you said the other day in an interview. It kind of shamed me. You were talking about accessing all your business cards. I was like, oh, Ted, I got business card shamed because I don't think I'm taking as much advantage of the people that I'm meeting and just putting it right in there. So I got to tell you, you got me going, brother.
Well, good. I love to hear that. If I can have an effect on you, I can probably have an effect on anybody.
Ted gets me going too. Ted's got me going right now.
Tell the truth, Joel. Come on, tell the truth. Can't wait till next week. You're counting the hours until you pick me up.
It's going to be great fun.
I
promise you need a camera crew.
If you want, while you're driving, I'll put my hand on your leg.
You get to ride in my new Mustang, dude.
Awesome.
What's your Mustang called too? It even has a name.
Yeah, it does. The new 2015, what's it called? Not metallic, magnetic is the color they call it. It's called Phantom.
Because you posted, you said Phantom was jealous about the BMW. Exactly.
No, Phantom was jealous of the rental I got here in Napa. I just rented a standard car, and of course they always try to upgrade you, and it's just me. I didn't need anything more than a standard car. And they go out in the lot, and he comes back. He says, "We have a Camaro and a Malibu." I'm like, I'll take the Camaro. So I took a picture of the Camaro, and I'm like, Phantom's probably jealous because it's a convertible and all. It's just not cool. It's not warm enough to roll the top down.
Here's what I'm hoping. I do hope you guys can figure out a way to pretty much have a camera from the minute Ted hits the ground in Denver, and just documenting the pickup, the waiting at the just everything. We need to document this whole.
Why don't we fly Bryan Kramer in as a cameraman?
See?
That would be awesome. He would make a great piss boy.
He would.
Can I just say that?
That's
out
going
loud?
into timestamps.
No.
Poor Bryan. That's human to human right there.
Can I go clean my filter, please?
My filter is clogged. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, listen, Ted, I am loving, I was thinking about that when I was reading the book. I think you really have. You started the return. If you guys haven't seen the hashtag, where the hell have you been? It's hashtag. And the first time I saw it, I was like, who's RonR?
That's I want to tell you though, that's a good story because that goes a lot to what I talk about basic lessons of marketing, whether it's reach and frequency or marketing to your audience, not to yourself. So I made a classic marketer's error. I originally started, of course, with hashtag ROR back in 2009, and within a week of me using it, the Ruby on Rails folks reached out to me, and they said, "Dude, you're messing with our hashtag." That we own that hashtag. Now, of course, people like to say the way you own a hashtag is by using it, but, thank you very much, Joe. I have 2 policies in life. One is just be nice, and I do use that hashtag, and I have a Twitter handle, just_B_nice.
And you have it on your computer, too.
Yes, I do. And the other thing is don't mess with coders. If a guy can hack your bank account, you do not want to be messing with him. Amen. So I immediately said, okay, guys, I get it. I'll back away from hashtag ROR. And instead of reaching out to my audience the way I should have and said, hey, guys, what do you think? I said, hey, this makes sense. I thought in my own head, return R on R, return on relationship. Sure. What I didn't know is for the next 2 years, people would be saying, who's this guy RonR, and why is he always in our feed? So I even have people out there. I have a bunch of mom bloggers out there that whenever they reach out to me, they say, hey, Ron, what's going on? And then by the time I realized the mistake I had made, I then did reach out to my community and said, hey guys, do you think I should change it? And they said, no, you've gotten traction. It also makes for a fun story. It's a nice joke.
It does.
People call you Ron. Stick with it. You know, you've gotten that leverage already. So there it is. There's the story of RonR.
And you're sticking to it. And the thing I get about you is you could turn anything into a fun story. So you're all good, right? People go, who's RonR? You're like, let me tell you something.
Who's Ron? Let me tell you about RonR, baby.
I want a hashtag.
You know what they can say? You can call me Jay. You can call me whatever. Just call me. You know, there was a time where I wanted everybody to call me Ted. If they called me Theo or Teddy or, you know, whatever other nickname I might have gotten, it bothered me. Now, just call me. I don't care if you call me Joel, for God's sake. Just call me.
I like calling you Teddy Baby.
Oh, I like, you know, and Joel, that's one of the reasons I love you, man. I love when you call me.
And he's going to say it with a
Baby.
straight face, too, which I love.
Hey, Teddy Baby, come on over and give me a kiss on the cheek. Hey, forget about it. I feel like with Ted, it's kind of like the Vegas Brat Pack, you know? Hey, like, Shammy, sweetheart, sing me a tune.
Hey, I've got
one of these. He goes, Teddy, baby.
Forget about it.
All right, so we've got a little bit of a peanut gallery comment. Stephen Q. Shannon says, well, Joel revealed the final letters of his name. I hear he grew up so poor his parents could not afford a whole name.
So it's actually the name was with a K, K-O-M-M. It is my real name, but it was K-O-M-M when my father's father was in the military and it got changed. But when his parents came over through Ellis Island, who knows how they butchered it? I mean, it could have been Kaminsky or whatever. I mean, I have Eastern European, Russian, you know, heritage. I come from old country. My grandmother, Heidi Kietz, was from Minsk, which is now Belarus, in the old country, in old days, you know, and her father was Joe Kietz, and Joe Kietz was cabinet maker, and his father was Jack Joe Kietz, also cabinet maker, so supposedly I should be good with hands to make buildings and things.
I'm going to totally timestamp that one, too. It'll be Joel with the accent. I'm loving it. And I know I was so obvious when I met you, and you're like, Joel Comm. I'm like, .com. It's kind of like Mia, you know, I get the MIA thing. But how cool was it when it was .com? And I bet at the time you're like, oh, dude, score with my name.
Yeah, who knew?
Oh, tell the truth. He had a dot to his name. It was Joel, middle name, .com.
You know, when I had my daughter, you know, I remember joking with my then wife and her mother and saying, we can't name her Dorothy. It would just be the cruelest thing ever, because then she would be .com. And we didn't name her Dorothy, and but everywhere I go, people think they're being so creative when they go, oh, Joel.com.
Dude, I did it too. I just cracked myself up too, and then I was like, oh, that was bad. We have a quick comment from Eileen Smith. She says, I feel sorry for the real RonR. He has no chance.
You know what I was just thinking, Mia, could we all get tiaras? Could you, like, put them on all of us?
I can't.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Okay, I can't. All I can do is just hold it up, you know, like I've got one for you, but I can't. Google. There's a little question mark where you can give Google the feedback. Feedback is, let me give some bitches some tiaras. That's my feedback.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Oh, we've
and
got.
By the way, thank you for calling me a bitch. I'm all in.
I should have said my bitch.
Even better.
Oh, what's Joel doing now? There he is. He's up to something. Okay. All right, guys, listen. We are at 54 past the hour, so it's time. It's time for the segue. You don't know about it. We've done it a little bit before. I'd like to know what's on the bottom. So could you please stand up? I'd like to know, or show me what's on the bottom. What are you wearing? What pants are you wearing? I know, you got scared.
Me? Ted?
Yep. Ted, with the socks. Yeah. Wait. Oh, now it's Joel Cam. Oh, I think he's standing on something. I just want to show you that I look like a 5-year-old dressed me because I have this skirt on with these socks. So it's a good look.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Listen, I want to know two things. Joel, I'm going to start with you. What are you bat crap crazy about? And my audience knows. That's when you get to talk about a person, place, or thing, anything you absolutely love. I think I know what the answer is going to be. but it's your chance to shout something out. What are you bat crap crazy about?
You don't know what I'm going to say.
I don't know why I said that. I don't know.
Get out of my head. I love my kids. I got the best kids. They're grown. They're young adults now, 23 and 20, and they're just the coolest people. And it's so cool to get to the end of that. And of course, you're never done. And I know Ted loves his as well. But to see them come out, is kind, decent, fun, funny, smart, inspirational human beings with such bright futures. And it's like, you know what? In my mind, I go through these accomplishments that I've had and the accolades, and yay, and this is all wonderful. And I think I'm never going to do anything better than these kids.
Dude,
they're it, right? So
yeah,
back crap crazy about them, and shout out to Zach and Jenna. Love you.
Oh, I love it. You guys, that's what a cool dad sounds like. It's just like, Joel, hey, and I need to give you a shout out. I want to post an article that you wrote about turning 50, because I swear you and I are just twins separated at birth.
Joel, when did you write that post? 10 years ago?
Ooh. Well, there it is. Oh, he just left. He said F you. All right, Ted, now is your chance, because he won't steal the mic. What are you bat crap crazy about, honey?
First of all, I had to run and get my glasses because I didn't want Joel to have anything on me.
Exactly.
There with his sunglasses. But, look, Joel kind of stole my thunder there, but, my situation with my kids was a little bit different. I'm a divorced dad who had to fight to keep my kids in my life.
Yes.
And so for me, it's what I'm crazy about my kids, but what I'm more crazy about is understanding that there's different ways that we can show our love to people, whether it's our kids or others, and about changing expectations, and the fact that my daughters live under a lot of pressure, and it's really hard for them to wade their way through that. And my whole thing is that I will never, ever give up on them, no matter what. That they know that I just let them know every day that no matter what they say, how they treat me, the pressure they're under at home, what they can and can't do, I will always be here and available. And then one other step further, and something I learned this past year that I'm really crazy about, is that it's really important to me to let people know in my life how important they are to me. Now, my dad passed away in February. And and my dad was 85, and thank God it happened very quickly. It was for him. It worked out the way I think he would have wished. But when I was at his funeral, I was speaking about my dad, and I was real close to him, and I spoke the way I do at most events. A lot of it was off the cuff, and I'm a storyteller, so I was telling stories about things I did with my dad. And what I realized was I never shared these stories with my dad. That I was sharing them with other people after the fact. And what I vowed to do is to start sharing these stories with people that I love and that I care about. So my mom is 85, and one of the reasons I'm in Florida so often now is I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with her. And every time I'm with her, I tell her another story about something from my childhood, something I remember, ways she embarrassed me, like jumping onto the wrestling mat and screaming, "You're breaking his arm, you've got to stop!" And me jumping up and saying, "Mom, what the fuck are you doing here?" And my coach looking at me going, "You don't talk to your mother like that."
Yes, I do.
And so, I try to share all those things, but what I've done is, instead of just with my mom, I'm sharing those stories with my college roommate, things I remember about him when I'm with him and with my brothers. And, who knows, hopefully I'll have a story I can share with Joel or you. But I'm just trying to share those things before it's too late to share them. And I'm batshit crazy about that, because it's amazing the look you get on people's faces when you share something. Very often, and Joel, don't break up now. It looks like you're getting a little teary-eyed.
He's getting verklempt.
He's getting verklempt. Thank you for
talk amongst yourselves.
Look, I lived in New York for a while. I could throw down a little bit.
So, what I am really batshit crazy about is letting people know the way that the moments they've created for you,
yes,
and the memories those moments have created and how they stay with you for the rest of your life.
Boom, throws down the mic. And bam. No, I love that. First of all, you guys want that. This is what a devoted dad looks like, who is just, I love these. They're great examples of kick-ass dads I got on my show today. I bet you weren't expecting that when I put these two on there. But yeah, I love that. Ted, just bringing it in of telling the stories. You're right, because your mom's probably going to be like, what? I didn't
Right.
do that. You're like, yes, you did.
And
I
more
also want to.
importantly, what you're letting her know is what it meant to you.
Yes.
You know, like my mom
That's right.
always told me that I was her favorite, and I know she was telling the same thing to both my brothers. But I love sharing that with her now, and her just kind of sitting there, like, you know, saying, "No, it was just you."
Right, because she was a young mom back then. Now she's a grandma, and she's, you know, and later. And I want to give you kudos too, because I have heard you talk about your daughters and tell great stories about them, and it's fun because now these are on recorded. They're on YouTube, and what a great way for your kids to remember and see what your perception is with them at 17 and 20 and whatever age your kids are. Nice job, Pops. All right, guys, what's your call to action, Joel? What you want me to do?
What I want you to do?
And everybody in the audience.
Everybody in the hizzle say ho. There, that's all I wanted. No, I want people to come to the meetup. I want people to, especially our Denver area, whether you're Denver, Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, Boulder, whatever.
Bring it.
Go to comm.us/meetup and meet myself and Ted next Friday night at the Rock Bottom Brewery, 16th Street Mall, downtown Denver. You will not regret it. I have a hunch it's the beginning of a thing.
Thank God.
And you will be able to say you were there for the beginning of a thing.
Let me add something to that. You know, if you feel like bringing me socks has gotten old, I accept all bottles of single malt that anybody wants to bring to the occasion.
I accept wine. Because yay wine. All right, guys. Ted, what's your call to action?
My call to action is let's make 2015 the year of taking the word friend back and giving it value. Let's realize that Facebook has done an amazing thing. They've taken ownership of the word friend. Close your eyes, think of the word friend. What do you see? A Facebook logo. But no, you got to start really thinking about who your friends are and making that word valuable again. So let's actually be social on social platforms. Let's connect with people and let's look them in the eye digitally and take that word friend and make it something important again. So when you say someone's my friend, you know what it really means.
Right, and it's not, because it really has gotten a little bastardized. You're like, friend, you mean the person you don't know who's following you on Facebook?
Right, or like my daughter's telling me that they have 1,000 friends. You know, I'm like, really, who's that? I don't know.
We're taking friend back.
We're taking it hostage.
And by the way, we're starting that process next Friday with Joel Comm in Denver. Be there.
And it's going to be like this. It's going to be eye to eye. I'm just saying. Right? Oh, there it is. I love it. All right, guys, that's it for me. I got to throw down the mic and get the hell out of here because I can't even top these two. So, again, please go and follow both of them. I think everybody is already, so I shouldn't even say that. But make sure to sign up for the Denver event because it's going to be off the chain, and I'm hoping to join by Google Hangouts. Hey. So that's it, guys. Thank you.
Okay, Mia, don't forget, throw on the bikini and meet me on the beach. See you soon.
Mwah, right? Everybody has to be also mwah.
Bye, all. See you soon.
Am I allowed to talk about it, guys?
And you can swear,
Bryan,
too.
Just leave out the part about picking me up in the bar and the rest of it's cool.
All right, good.
That's it.
I met Ted at an IBM event 3 years ago now, I think. And it was love at first sight. I
want to let you know he showed up with a pair of socks, and they are one of my favorite pairs of all time.
I think you have the most efficient working system. I love the story that you told. If you guys don't know Ted, you need to just go hashtag. What is it? Is it Ted Sockies is your new hashtag for your selfies?
That is my sock selfie hashtag. Yeah.
And I stole it today. I did Miyazaki's, so I apologize.
Awesome.
It was really good. You started that a couple years ago. That it just was accidental, just like my tiara. It's not as cool as the socks, but now everybody. You said people walk up to you at conferences and say, "Show me your socks."
It was about 4 years ago, and I was, out there pushing them out. And then one day, about a little over a year ago, Joel Comm said to me, or about a year ago, said, "Hey, you should start doing hashtag Saki, like a selfie." So I started doing that. Then I realized that a lot of people were doing that, and I was talking to Sue Zimmerman, Instagram gal.
What up, Sue?
What up, Sue? And
Shout
she said,
to you.
Man, get that Ted Saki hashtag hub going. And I've been doing that ever since, and it's awesome.
You got
Where
your
are my Saki royalties?
Joel, you're going to be getting plenty of royalties next Friday, dude. Right up the kazoo.
Bam.
Bryan, you should come to Denver, brother, and then stuff will really blow up.
When is it? Where is it? And how do I get there?
Oh, look at his lower third, by the way, Joel and Ted groupie.
Awesome.
Next Friday in Denver.
Dude, we're throwing a party. You're invited.
You're throwing me a party?
Yes, just for you.
Well, I better come.
Don't tell him. Yeah, just for you, man. It's all about you.
Brian, I'm sending you the link on a private chat over here in Google Plus. So
Awesome.
be there. I'll meet you.
Oh, there she is. You're Debbie coming through. I love
That is my Debbie. I know. Everybody needs a Debbie. I'm just saying. All right, listen, I'm going to throw in some comments because the audience, the Backpack audience, is losing their ever-loving mind. So I'm not going to do comment tracker, you guys. I said I was going to. I want my damn tiara to work. Because I don't know if you guys know, sometimes when you do hangouts, stuff breaks, and you know, it ain't my fault. Okay, Mike John says, X Games at Aspen or social media shenanigans. It's 50-50, which, by the way, Joel, Mike John also went to the U of I. Hey. Holla.
Why not just do both? Denver's not that far from Aspen, man. Hop a half-an-hour flight. Come on.
Now that's what you need. Ted will pimp your ride and tell you what to do. And it's
a 75-minute drive. That's all.
In other words, don't be such a Yes.
Can I just say this stuff isn't working?
That's because you need boss water, yo. Then you need good check. Look at Mike.
I'm hydrated.
You are. Could this shape up to be the best show ever? I think so. That was before Bryan even got on here.
I think he needs to lower his expectations.
Efat, she says, woohoo, Joel Comm is in the house, which I have to thank Efat. Here's the good story. If you guys haven't seen it, so I'm on my show. I'm at the Success Summit in Boulder, and all of a sudden, Efat brings over this guy Joel. I have no idea who he is. I'm going to admit it. I'm not ashamed to say I didn't know. But then the next day, what did I walk up to you and I said, Joel Comm, you're kind of a big deal.
just what he needed to make his head a little bit bigger. Look at the size of that head.
Hey guys, I gotta go now.
Oh, that was it? No.
No.
Hey, Kramer, you coming to Napa, right? Hey, Bryan,
no, I wish I could. That should have been fun, huh?
You're not coming?
All the cool kids are going to be there. That means you need to be there.
Are you going, Mia?
Mm-mm.
Well, there we have it.
I'm not a cool kid. I need to be H2H with you.
Let's do it. Wait a second.
Oh. I said, look at that. You made Joel leave again. But at least I have you on my virtual couch. That sounded weird.
What to say?
Well, awkward. All right, what else we have? So, of course, Lynn Abate is one of the, listen, Lynn is the reason why I know about Ted, the reason why I know about Bryan, and now she brought Bryan on. Who is Magic? My girl, Lynn. Let's see. Nazim says he loves the surprise guest with Monkey. He's coming to us from Milan because he's cool.
Morning before he shaves, you know, just kind of looking like ready to go. So I shaved just for Joel. I wanted to make sure we looked a little bit different because Joel and I are so much alike. But, you know, speaking of Joel's walks, you know, being that I'm going to be in Denver, Joel said, hey, let's have cocktails. And, of course, he invited 500 of his closest friends.
Yes,
so it's going to be kind of a fun event, but I am getting there early enough so Joel can pick me up from the airport and I can do a Joel Comm walk. So watch out for that next week. We will post it. We will be out there, and I am going to get Joel to skip with me.
Oh, yes. Listen, I need to tell you guys. So first of all, we're going to post the link because Joel is putting together an amazing event, and it's live in Denver. That's on January 23rd. Can I just tell you how peeved I am? I cleaned up my own language because I'm going to be in D.C. at the Collaborate. So Adam Zuckerman, you better appreciate Sista's coming to you, and I'm missing these two yahoos live.
Actually, you might not miss me because I've just declared that if Mia's not going to be there, I'm not sure I'm coming.
Throws down the mic.
You'll use that as a big selling point. And
Look
dude,
at Joel's face.
What's the deal? You got to deliver.
Right,
it's okay, Joel. I just want you. Just make sure that you put your hand on my butt and tell me it's from Mia, and we're ready to go.
I might even grab you with both of them, so, you know.
Awesome!
I'd like an Instagram of that, please. Make sure Ted's socks are visible.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for.
Hey, wait, Ted, where are your socks? Are you wearing socks?
I am in Florida, so I am, and it is a little bit cool, so I'm wearing socks, but they are, you know, kind of what you'd expect. Down here.
That's hockey.
I am
Ted
wearing
sock.
socks too. I'm wearing transparent socks.
Oh, those
Oh,
are lovely.
Yes,
Fleshy.
Joel, please. The last thing I want to see is your toenails.
Right?
And if you, I have mine on too. Now, for my viewers, you know that we usually do what's on the bottom, but way at the end of the show. But we're getting to it. I have these from Lynn Abate, boss. Hold on,
Nice.
lady. Hello.
Like a boss.
Like a boss lady, exactly. And I did Instagram that because Ted told me to, that I'm supposed to Instagram socks. So as you guys know, that's his shtick. I'm loving it. Joel, do you have your monkey with you, by the way? That's one of your props.
I do not have my monkey with me.
What?
Yep, I do not. I have this.
Oh, you guys, look at that. Hey, give a shout out to your graphics gal who did that.
Oh, Tara. Tara's amazing. Tara Jacobson. She.
Joel, I don't get this. You know, Mia has a Debbie, and Joel has a graphics gal. You know, I think I got to get in on this.
Listen, you're Ted Rubin.
well,
knock it off. You guys.
Yeah. Please.
Well, here's my prop. This is kudos and shout out to my daughter Nikki for getting an early admission to University of Pennsylvania.
That's right. Listen, I was stalking you this week and seeing everything, and I saw girlfriend got in early, so nice. Let's give her a little. She gets this.
Woo! Nice.
Hey, let's go to the backpack. So Joel and Ted, my backpack is the audience. Oh, look who's really.
Oh,
Really?
dude.
Did somebody say monkey?
Whoa, hold up.
Time out. I need a BK hug, man. Come on. Hug it off for me. Loving you, buddy.
Surprise.
Okay, listen, if the internet wasn't going to blow up before, it's fixing to blow up right now. Look at who's on her. Bryan Kramer, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Now, listen, this is how much I trust Lynn Abate Johnson. This week she pinged me and said, I have a surprise guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is. And all right, bring it. And look who it is. So look at, things are going to blow up. Where are you at, brother?
I'm in San Jose, California, back from New York last night.
Look at Joel just left. He can't even take it.
Oh, see, he's so surprised. He has to go be by himself.
Well, Bryan's actually substituting for Joel. Joel, nice knowing you. Bryan, you're on.
Oh, no, too soon.
There he is.
BK! Wait, are you in the next room, dude?
Oh. I think I need that.
Monkey.
Yeah, that beats the crap out of my Mickey Mouse hand, by the way. That's my other prop that I absolutely love. So, hey, Bryan, so tell us what you're up to. Tell us how you know these yahoos, and then we're going to get to some of our backpack audience.
How do I know these guys? Is that what you said?
Yes, these yahoos. That's right.
Oh my God, I can't even talk about it. Am I?
And this is the most that I'm going to talk this entire hour, because if you've met my two guests, I'm not going to be able to get a word in edgewise. So welcome. Hi, guys. I'm Mia Voss. You're watching the Mia Connect Power Chat. We have two powerhouses, and if the internet's break, don't blame me, blame my guests. So, yay, I'm going to start. First up, you guys have seen him on my show before. And he stole my show in Boulder. I have, bam, Joel Comm. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Let me clap for you.
I had a Peter Brady moment there, you know, when it's time to change.
I got that. Okay, you look suspect. You're in a hotel room. Where are you?
I am in a top secret, undisclosed location on government business. They're watching you, Mia Voss.
I hope so.
I'm actually in Napa. There's a big party out here for a peer of ours, and when I say big, I think about 250 of us are here for this thing this weekend. So my first time to Napa, and it's kind of overcast, but I see mountains, and it's California, so it's a great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live here.
Yes,
sorry.
And show us your fabulous view if you can without messing up your camera, because it's pretty
yeah,
funny.
I think
Like somebody got the C-suite. Here it goes.
Let's take a walk, shall we? Come.
Let's walk with Joel. You haven't checked out Joel's YouTube yet. You get to take a walk with Joel a lot, so why not today? And a parking lot.
So it's kind of overcast. It's overcast. There's mountains out there. It's just overcast. So, you know, cut me some slack.
I like it, and this is a sign that you need for your party this weekend.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay,
Oh,
wine.
yeah. Here, forget about it. There will be plenty of that.
And speaking of, I got this at a TED Talk, and everybody was like, oh, write in something really yay weekend or yay, and I was like, yay wine. So speaking of TED, hello, guess who is up in this mug right over here? I have mobile guests everywhere. Ted Rubin. Let me clap for you. Wait. How are you, sweetie?
I am awesome. I mean, this is great because I'm going to be with Joel Comm next week, and I get a preview now. And, you know, there's nothing better than seeing Joel early in the